beg for that. And so what we had to do is we actually changed the Instagram account to @ItWorksAdventure. And so we started to have fun with it. So here's one of my, I love this slide here. This is part of our design team. Let me just say, the marketing and design team, I've gotten to know them. Incredible, talented people. Let's just give them a hand. Fantastic. I've been able to be part of a lot of different launches, and even with the energy drink last night, one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. Now, we could have waited to start to show you stuff, so actually in that bag are the Tom shoes. And so some of you kind of started to guess it. You have to understand is that we started putting things in there. So people started saying what's in there. And if you look at Mark and Sydney's lip sync video, they weren't talking into microphones. If you look closely, they were talking into the shoe. So what is it? It's an adventure because we hide clues all the time in all the social media now. And for example, lower left-hand corner, let's zoom in on it. Oh, the energy drink sitting on his desk. So you start to look close enough that there's an adventure. That we're not just going through, we're just trying to be thoughtful. So we were having fun and we were shooting the BOGO videos. And what's awesome is, if you see in this next slide, Mark started to go back and forth with Mike. Right? Is it BOGO? Is it Pogo? Is it the Bolo? Is it Bono? And so I love the shot that in the next Instagram video, he posted it. And what's great is this isn't a big marketing team writing all this stuff. Like the can wasn't my idea. You know what I did? I just said, here you go, play. And Mark was like, I wonder if let's put it here. It's like it's Christmas, like we're all like, let's do this, it's amazing. And because what you have to do is just say, hey, adventure, go, and get out of the way. Like, here's the premise, go, let's. And so they're coming up with all these ideas, and you know what you started to see? You started to see two people that really are friends, that really do love each other, that respect each other, and that when they were able to play and have adventure and do that, it was incredible. And so we were able to have lots of great things. I love this picture on the left. And then we were able to have really great comments back and forth between people and doing fun. You know, because again, it wasn't about posting. It was about us having a conversation with people. But I want to talk about the picture on the left for just a second because that look is a look of vision and authenticity. You see, what happens is we sometimes want to overproduce things, and we want to go through and we want to make sure that everything looks just right. But you know what? Life isn't always just right. And when I'm able to sit and go through that to see that, if you look into his eyes, that is nothing that can ever be faked or photoshopped. That is somebody who cares about people. That is one of my favorite books is Don Quixote, and there's a part where they are saying to Don Quixote, they're saying, the problem with you is you don't see the world as it is. They think you're crazy. And I love what Don Quixote says. The problem with you is you don't see the world as it could be. This is a man that sees the world for what it could be and call it crazy. But it is about vision that the world could be a better place. And he's inviting us all to be part of his adventure. And I just wanted to thank him. He's not out here, but thank him for that. What you see out here is the same person. And that's important to me. You see, what we do is, it's important to understand is that your deepest relationships in life will be through a shared adventure. If you think about the people that you're closest to in the entire world are people that you went on an adventure with. that might have been through college, and it's not always a good adventure. You went through a tough time together. The people that I know, I went on a missions trip with them. Hey, we built a company together. Hey, we were told that this was impossible and we did it anyway. Those people that I'm closest to are the people that I'm on an adventure with. Now, but you might think, but see, you guys, they have lots of money and they have budgets. They have all these budgets and they have camera and they have staff. You have to understand is that your limitations need to inspire you and stop being your excuses. You see, creativity at the end of the day. If I say to you, are you creative? Many of you would say, no, I'm not creative. I didn't ask you if you could draw. I asked you if you were creative. See, it's not that you're artistic. That's not what the question was. The question was creativity. See, if I gave you all the time and all the money in the world, I gave you every camera, and I gave you everything that you ever wanted, it could be amazing, you're just not allowed to say it's creative. Because what you did is you had no limitations. This is why you'll take a movie, and there is somebody who has sacrificed for it, who has worked at a restaurant, and has been told by 100 studios no, and he just never gave up, and he kept it. People called him crazy, people unfriended him on Facebook, they blocked him on stuff, and at the end of the day, he didn't give up, and he went and created a movie, and we all loved it. And then we ruined him, because what we said is, here's $50 million, and I need another one in 6 months. We took all his limitations away, and that's why you don't like sequels. Because the first one had limitations, and now there's no limitations. So what you have to do is you have to start embracing your limitations, because your limitations are actually a gift. See, in that tension is your opportunity. To go through and look at that and say, no, these can't be my excuses. This is going to power me, and this is going to influence me. See, we did a little experiment, and we did a little BOGO video on the slide. If you ever saw it, a rat came down, another one came down, and it was just funny. The camera wobbled a little bit, and you could hear a kid laugh in the background. If we go to the stats on it, I pulled up a couple of stats. You see, this is where all of a sudden we started having fun with it and goofing around a little bit, and we're that crazy company again. And the next one starts to show you that during that week, all of a sudden, 2.5 times, almost 500,000 people shot by an iPhone. You have to realize that you have everything that you need. You have a movie studio, you have a recording studio, you have photography, you have graphic design, everything that you would ever need to do amazing things to promote your business is right on a phone. You need to understand this other thing too. This is a crazy thing that we just came across. Do you know that there is 500 million people today? 500 million people on the planet have a cell phone that don't own a toothbrush. Think about it. No, any of you gone on a missions trip and they didn't have a toothbrush but they had a cell phone? No, like the world, you live in the future. And everything that you'd ever need or buy is right here for your business. That's why the vision to have the mobile app, the vision to have all these things, right here changes everything. It's important to understand though, is don't chase the ball, chase the moonwalking bear. Your adventure is a rescue. You need to understand that it's never been about us. It works. Do you know what we provide? Don't think product. That's part of it. We provide hope. See, there's a single mom, and what drives me is that there's a single mom that has 2 kids, and last night, while we were at the blacklight party, she was home crying somewhere because she just loves those kids, and she just wants the best for them, and she would do anything if she would just have a way out. But the problem right now is that she's working for Pharaoh. And she's building bricks every day. And there is no way out of that life. You see, you were not created to make bricks for another man. You were created to be in a promised land. you need to understand that the promised land is a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? What you need to understand too is that I heard this little story that this guy dies and he goes to heaven and he's talking to God and he said, he's asking God questions. He said, oh, who's like the best general that you ever designed? That you just said, this would be the amazing. Which one do you think? Who's really in the history and everything? And God said, oh, it's that guy right over there. And he said, well, no, wait, God, I knew that guy. He was a janitor. And God said, but if he only would have been a janitor. You see, we were all created for something incredible, not to build bricks. And you know what? Not everybody makes it to the promised land. You know why? Because of fear. That's what holds people back. They have to walk through the wilderness. And if you're walking through the wilderness, because some of you haven't walked through the wilderness yet, you got to keep going. For example, if I have some Triple Diamond ambassadors, guess what? Before they got to that top 100, before they walked on this stage, guess what they had to do? They had to walk through the wilderness first. If you're not prepared to walk through the wilderness, you never get to walk across this stage. If you want to give up, you got to keep going. You got to keep going and going and going. You got to win, and you got to keep doing it. You know what we got to start doing? We got to put down the bricks and pick up the blitz, right? That single mom needs that rescue. That, we gotta blitz them with hope, right? The promised land is the answer to their prayer. It's the answer to their prayer. The promised land, your promised land. Your adventure is their rescue, and I can't wait to be part of sharing your adventure. Thank you.